What's up, everybody? We got a special guest today. Trav said it, my best friend, and we are doing a collaborative story about the day he almost died. So, without further ado, story time. So, in my early 20s, I used to throw parties with Travis, and when I say throw parties, basically he did all the work and I was just there to enjoy the time, right? So, one day, it was a Friday night, he throws a party, and me, him, our other friend X is what we're going to call him, we all go to the club. It's a great night, you know. After all the business is over and we're done having fun, he says, "Hey, New, why don't we go back to Fairfield where I live and, drink a little bit? I got a whole gallon of Captain Morgan." So me, I have a problem with Fairfield because every time I go, there's something bad happens. So at first I was like, I don't want to go out there. It's bad luck. But he convinced me, so I was like, you know what, fuck it. Let's drink. So all three of us get in our different cars. Trav's with Olivia. Friend X is in his car. I'm in mine. And we head on our way out there, and we're on the freeway. And as soon as we get on the freeway, I noticed that Trav and friend X are driving completely insane in the middle of the night. And when I say insane, I mean they were driving with their lights off. They were they were cutting people off with their lights off, just acting a fool. So after that, friend X almost dies on the freeway. He jumps in front of this truck with his lights off and literally almost hit the truck. So at this point in time, I know that it's going to be a crazy ass night. And so when we finally get to Fairfield, we go get something to eat, and then we head to Trav's house. So Trav pulls out the... Oh yeah, we went to Jack in the Box. If you ain't from California, you don't know how good Jack in the Box is in the middle of the night. So we go to Trav's house. We start drinking. You know, it's a fun time. By the time we got there, it was about 3:30. So we're drinking. Me and Trav are heavy drinkers. Friend X, he's a heavy drinker, but he can't keep up with us because he's just too small. So he's drinking. He's trying to keep up with us. He's drinking a lot. We're drinking a lot. I'm barely tipsy. Trav's barely tipsy. But friend X is getting really drunk. And he is not quitting. So he goes into the bathroom and starts to throw up. I can hear it. I'm laying on the floor. I can hear him throwing up. I'm like, oh shit, is he okay? Trav goes and checks on him.
So, yeah, exactly that. Now, up to this point, it's been a great night. He starts throwing up, and he's feeling all weirded out or whatever, because we're like, oh shit. Because, as soon as somebody throws up and it's only a few people, that pretty much ruins the whole night. That is, it's kind of like a party foul. But it necessarily doesn't ruin it for us. We're like, fuck it, throw up, go to sleep, we gonna keep drinking. Me and New are big drinkers. We can intake a lot, okay? That's just how we were built. I don't know. All right, we obviously are Black Irish. All right, this is what we is. So we're in there drinking after he throws up one time, and then he throws up all over my bathroom. And friend X has done this multiple times, so it's hella funny to me. Then he throws up, outside. So then he's like, you know what? I'm going to just go home. I live right around the corner.
Wait, let me stop you right there. When he came out the bathroom as I'm on the floor, he walks towards me. And he looks me in the eye. And at that point, I knew that I better move or something bad was going to happen. And he throws up directly next to me. I was panicked as hell. It came in slow motion. I could see the throw up exiting his mouth. I must have got superpowers for a second, but I moved the hell out the way. And you can go ahead and continue from there.
And so, yeah. And it was just one of those moments. Then We get him outside. He throws up again. And I was like, dude, you are not going home. And he was like, yeah, no, I'm going home. I live right there. And I was like, well, then let me drive. PSA moment, do not let your friends drink and drive at all. It's not the business. You don't drink and drive. But young and dumb, right? So we are, he's drunk as hell. I'm telling New, because he wants to probably get ready to go home anyways. And I was like, cool. Well, could you at least follow us over to his house? It's just around the corner. We're talking like, think how far away the closest, liquor store is from where you live.
Literally a
just
block
right
away.
around the corner. A block away, literally. We just had to turn left and then turn right, and then we're right there. That was it. So yeah, New was like, oh yeah, sure, that's cool.
Yeah, I seen him jumping in the car trying to stop friend X from driving, and it was bad. But
Yeah.
I seen him jump in the passenger seat, and he asked me to follow him, but just to make sure they make it. In my head,
Yeah.
I'm like, this is probably not a good idea, and you should not be in the passenger seat of a drunk driver. But Trav's trying to be the good friend and make sure friend X gets home safe. Even though
I wanted to make sure he got home safe because he wanted to not let me have his keys so we could just take him home. And I was like, we could walk. We're right around the corner. And plus, me and New, even though we had some alcohol in us, we were good at this point.
Yeah.
This is early in the morning. This is like, 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning?
About 7 or 8.
So we were good. And that's the reason why we were like, cool, we could just walk. No, we'll take you. But he did not want to leave his car there. So at this point, he's intoxicated, so he's not caring. And he was like willing to be like, take them from me. Take the keys from me. And I'm like, I'm not going to fight you for your keys. Because I'm going to knock you out. And if I do, it's going to be bad. And I was like, and now at this point, I wish I would have. But yeah, so I hop in the passenger seat.
So he hops in the passenger seat. I grab my keys. I jump in the car behind him. And so I start to follow him. Trav said that this house is literally a block away. A left and a right turn. So he jumps in the passenger seat. I start following him. As soon as we get off the block, I notice that he starts to go faster and faster. And in my head, I'm like, wait a minute, isn't his house like a block away? Why is he driving so fast? So we find a light. The light turns red. He zooms through it. I follow him because I don't want to lose him. He is trying to escape from me, apparently. So he starts hitting corners fast as hell. He's trying to run from me. I don't understand what's going on, but I'm trying to keep up. His car is faster than my old ass car that I had. But he's zipping through corners. He's playing chicken with people at lights. His light is red, their light is red, but he's driving directly at them. And he's narrowly dodging danger all over the place.
So at that moment, if we back it up, my moment, what exactly happened was this. We're turning up, we're on that street, and we decided that he, instead of turning right to go home, instead of turning right to literally go home, he stays straight at the light that was yellow, and as soon as it hit red, he decides to press the gas and go. I'm sitting in the passenger seat like, it's red, it's 7 in the morning it's 7 or 8 in the morning on a Sunday morning on the busiest street in Fairfield. Well, one of the busiest streets. There's traffic 4 ways. I'm like, if there's a police car, we're fucked. If there's any other car that doesn't pay attention, we're fucked. He speeds right through. He's already like 40, 50 miles an hour. And I'm looking in the rearview like, where the hell is New? And I'm like, oh shoot, where is he? And he's over there just like, where the hell are these guys? So he's forced to follow us. We keep going straight down. Next thing you know, there's like a corner where he just decides to turn right because he sees New following us. And this friend X just decides to hit a corner going around 45 miles an hour. Now, we're hitting the corner at 45 miles an hour, and just letting you know, a Honda Civic, an old school Honda Civic. He hits that corner, we turned right. I swear I was scared as hell, because when he turned that right, wasn't sure what we were gonna hit. And knew at this point, I could tell that he's speeding up, he's moving faster just to keep up with us, but he's like, I ain't stupid, I don't know these streets. Yeah. There goes a speed bump that we hit hecka fast. I mean, we hit it hella fast, probably hitting that 45, and I see New slow down just to hit that speed bump. And then we turned another right. I see New like far behind, and I'm like, oh shoot, he lost us. But then I don't know how he kept up with us. But then we turned another right. So once we hit 2 rights, I'm like, okay, cool, maybe he knows that we're going home. At this point, I am scared for my fucking life. Literally scared for my life. Yes, I was scared of my life. The friend X does not give a fuck. He's drunk as fuck. And if we're going so fast to where if I was to pull the e-brake, we would have been done. We'd have been done for sure. So I don't do anything but try to tell him to slow down. He goes faster. I say, friend X, slow the fuck down. He goes faster. We're already going like 50 miles an hour. I see New, he somehow finds us. And then we turn left to where there's a light. It's yellow, it's green. Then it turns yellow. He starts playing chicken with someone directly across facing us. He starts playing chicken. I see one car, I'm going this way. This fool is sitting here while friend X is about to kill us. He goes right up to him and then turns, barely misses. We're going head on with a freaking green Taurus, and then there was a truck next to it in the turning lane. I thought I was dead. At this moment, I said, I'm fucked. I'm literally holding on to the freaking wheel. I'm sitting there like, oh no. And I'm like, Jesus, take the wheel. Please, please, let this not be my day. And then I look back, and I see New there. We survived just that moment.
Yeah, so this goes on for a good, it seemed like forever, but in reality, it was probably about a couple of minutes. He was going so damn fast.
Yeah, so it was about 5 minutes.
So we're just going through the back streets of Fairfield, and I have no idea where the hell I'm at, so I'm trying desperately to keep up with this guy. I'm running lights with him. I'm playing chicken with him. As we're passing these people that we're headed straight for, I look to the side and see their faces, and they are just shocked and appalled that we are just driving past them at this speed at this time of morning. Thank God it was this early, because if it wasn't, there probably would have been more traffic and we probably would have hit a stop way earlier. But just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, something bad happens, Trav.
It was horrible. So just as we escaped chicken from a green Taurus and a big Ford Explorer truck or whatever it was at that moment, we already hitting about 50, 45 miles an hour. He tries to hit a corner, a quick left turn. And as we hit that quick left turn, all I see is I see baby Jesus saying, welcome home. Okay? I don't notice anything that happens. But what I do know is that he tried to hit that corner. Here goes a house. Here goes their front yard. Here goes the street. My car literally is like this. And I'm in the passenger seat like, oh shoot, we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. And I'm literally yelling this. We're not going to fucking make it. Friend X, we're not going to fucking make it. And then his tires hit the sidewalk, and we're literally in this front person's yard, moving hella fast. To me, it's going slow as hell. I ain't gonna lie. I thought I was in a movie. This is going by in minutes, okay? This whole moment felt like an hour to me, and in just that crash moment, it felt like 10, 15 minutes. But it was literally just freaking seconds. And he literally is sideways, and I'm like looking like I'm gonna hit this house. I'm gonna hit this house. And to describe how I felt, this house had 2 pillars in the front of it, and the car is hitting on the side, and I'm gonna hit one. Lord Jesus took the freaking wheel. I don't know how, but when his car hit the sidewalk, both of his tires, you can feel it cave in. You hear a big cracking sound, and then we're sliding across these person's yard. And right when I stop, literally inches, and I mean literally, I could not open my door, inches away from the pillar. Car's messed up. It's smoking in the front. Friend X, or whatever. I'm looking at him. He's sitting over there, drunk as hell. Like, what? And I see it smoking. First thing I say is, we need to get out. We need to get out right now. And I can't even open my window because there's a pillar of the house right there next to me. So I push him out, and I'm like climbing out to get out, and he's just drunk as hell because he doesn't know. Friend X done fucked up, and he don't know.
So
when I got in that, yeah.
So as I was following him when he hit this left turn, it seemed like it was slow motion, I'm not gonna lie. Even though I wasn't the one in the car, watching it happen, it seemed surreal. I've never seen anything like that. It looked like a Hollywood stunt. He made that left. I blinked. He was in their front yard sliding. I blinked again, and the car was stopped inches away from these, I think they were like concrete pillars in front of their house. Mm-hmm. If he would have went a little bit further, Trav would have been crushed. So
Dunskies.
Yeah, it would have been over for him. So then as this happens, I pull over and I'm just looking at the floor and I'm like, fuck, I can't believe what's happening right now. I'm in shock. I can't believe none of this. So I park the car and I see the people in the house come out, like two of them come out, and they're just holding their heads and they're like, oh my God, are you guys okay? And Trav and friend X are just out of the car. Trav's just mad as hell. I could tell he was pissed. Friend X is out of it. He don't know what the hell's going on. This is how drunk he was. And this is what happens when you drink with people twice your size. It never goes good. Go ahead.
Captain Morgan, thank you. Thank you. But we're just literally there, and as I get out, it's a Hispanic family. They get out of the house. They're looking at us, and I'm looking at friend X, and I'm over there looking at them, and I'm like shaking my head. I am so livid. I am so angry. And the first thing that I thought of was Olivia, because I was like, oh shoot, I have to tell her. Mind you, when your woman say something bad could happen, she's probably right. Because guess what happened? She told me before I get in that car, she's like, you need to take them keys or you're not going. And I was like, I'm not going to leave my friend like this. And let alone, Olivia was right. I already knew that it could have been a bad outcome, but this was the first time of me and New and friend X really doing heavy drinking. Because we were like, we're at home, it's fine, you know. New was going to stay up the whole day until it was time for her to be good. And plus, we can't get drunk anyways. Alcoholic issues, I guess. I don't know. But so yeah, it was a horrible experience, and I'm just sitting there shocked, and I'm just sitting there shocked, and the police come about 3-4 minutes later, and yeah.
And then friend X ends up in handcuffs, and you should know what happens next after that. But yeah. As this process is going down, Trav tells me to go tell everybody else back at the house. Now, my phone's dead. I have no idea where the hell I'm at. So I drive off. I end up driving around Fairfield for like 20 minutes looking back for his house. And when I finally... After 20 minutes of driving, I decide, I'm going back to where this happened, and I'm going to ask him where the hell this house is at. So I find my way back to where it happened. And as I'm driving down the street right in front of where it happened, I'm like, wait, this looks familiar. Oh shit, it's Trav's house. After 20 minutes, I tell Olivia and our other friend, and they're like, "What the hell? Let's go see." It literally was 1 block away from the house. After all those corners he hit and all those turns he made, 1 block away. I was pissed. But, don't drink and drive, people. It's terrible.
Do not.
It's dangerous. Don't ever do that.
Just
Because
don't.
it was horrifying.
It's no point. Our lives are so much more important than drinking and driving. And I can tell you right now, friend X knows. Don't drink and drive. You get a DUI, it stays on the record, a bunch of money spent. It's just not worth it, people.
Not worth it at all.
Don't drink and drive. This was one of the stories where I could truly say that changed my life, and I will never, ever, 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 ever get in the car with a drunk person that won't give me their keys, because it's just not my thing.
Not worth it.
Uber or Lyft, call it a day. Pay that money, because the money you're going to spend on the Uber or the Lyft or a taxi or whatever, it's going to cost you way more if it's a DUI and you get your car repoed and taken, or if it gets messed up and you get in an accident, or you hurt someone. I could have hurt that family.
He was right in front of their living room. Luckily, those pillars were there, and luckily the car stopped before that. Moral of the story, don't drink and drive, and stay the fuck out of Fairfield. It's dangerous, people. Matter of fact, stay in the house. Play the game where you're safe and warm, because these streets is dangerous. Don't ever be out there. Don't even go outside. Just play the game. That's all. You got more games than you know what to do with. Just stay at home. Don't go outside. But this was fun, y'all. This story was really eye-opening about drinking and driving. Don't ever do it. It's terrible. And you're putting your life at risk and other people's lives. Don't drink and drive. Please. Save yourself. Save everybody else. And on another note, we've got a lot of subscribers. I can't believe it's moving this fast. We're almost at 300. Last time I checked, we were at like 260 something. I don't know where you people are coming from, but thank you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you follow. My best friend Trav said it. His link will be in the description. Make sure you follow. Peace.
Oh.